All right, I will go towards my gas or pass. And this is one that I've really looked at. Okay, so I'm going to lead into this gas or pass with the movie It Might Get Loud.
Yep.
Jimmy Page, Jack White.
I've heard of these guys.
The Edge.
Yep.
Okay. 3 amazing guitar players, and it's a great show. If you haven't watched the movie It Might Get Loud, you should check it out. Super inspirational for guitar players. But that is the show and the movie that really made me interested in Silvertone amps.
Oh, okay.
Silvertone amps, they have a special sound. Jack White used them for a long time.
Yep.
I think now actually he's technically playing Fenders and Silvertones. But I've always kind of wanted a Silvertone amp, but I've never played it in person.
Yeah.
So I have no idea besides the sounds I hear on records and through YouTubes, and we know how demos are.
Demos suck.
So, now that we've kind of addressed that, would you ever want a Silvertone amp? Because you can find them just a head, around the $600 mark. You can find a head and a cab somewhere around like $1,400.
Yeah, so are you only interested in the Silvertone twins? Because that's the one that Jack played with the head and the combos and stuff.
Yeah, what is it, the Silvertone? I think it's like 1964 or something like that. Yeah, that's the one I would look at, the 60 water.
Okay, so there's one, it's a model 1482, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
That is a single 12 combo. And it's actually, I think it's technically like a harmonica amp or something. It's got like a mic input and a harmonica implant.
Yep.
It's got a harmonica
It's got an implant in there.
Man, best looking Silvertone I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And I think it's got a tremolo circuit built in it. So it's got like a speed and intensity knob. There's only 4 knobs. And I heard Blue Saraceno play one. Once again, we're talking about demos, so take it with a grain of salt. We don't have to say it again, do we?
No, we've already said it enough.
So, Blue Saraceno played one in a demo, and he was demoing that Tweak Fuzz pedal that Seymour Duncan put out in like the early 2000s. It had like a switchable thing for different transistors and change the fuzz in it. Anyway, he sets down with this little Silvertone amp, 112, crappy. It looks like it's about to fall apart. And Blue Saraceno can play anything anyway.
Right.
But he sets down, and it is the most amazing sound. And he's talking about, he's like, yeah, I just take this around to all my sessions and stuff. Because no one thinks anything about this little Silvertone amp. He just carries it around, sets it down, and it's small.
Looks like a lunchbox.
They're like this thin.
Right.
Super thin, and they're small. They're smaller than a Princeton, probably. And I think you can find them for like less than $600 or $700 right now. I'm very interested in that. I don't want a Twin 12. The one that you're talking about,
I think it would be really cool.
I think it'd be really cool, but I'm probably not going to gig this amp. And it probably stinks.
Just because it's old.
Yeah, just because it's old. It's probably not the best smelling thing. And the people that had those Silvertones, they were ordering from the Sears and Roebuck's catalog, and they've been through the mill and back. I'm probably
held up by Staples.
By Staples. I'm probably not going to gig it or do anything like that, so it's probably going to sit around, and I'm going to play it here at the house. But I would be really interested in trying that 112 combo out. I've played one of the twins before, and I thought it was cool. It was the one I played had real scratchy pots. It needed cleaned out. Probably needed new tubes and everything else, like a lot of them do. And it was cool, but it was just too much for what I wanted.
I always thought it'd be really cool to have that extra headroom. I would probably gig with it. I also think, I don't know if anyone's ever done it, but just the tone that comes out of a Silvertone amp, it's a little bit more fuzzy.
Yeah.
And like scratchy. And
Once you get it up so high, but lower, it's like real clean and punchy.
For sure. But I always thought that is a sleeper, probably slide guitar amp.
Yeah.
I feel like that would be a really cool amp that you could just, play slide guitar on, and it would have a really cool sound to it.
I also wonder if you didn't want to go that gritty, nasty route with the sound. If you wanted to clean it up some, what would that thing sound like in some really high efficiency speakers? If you plug that into a cab that had really efficient speakers, or even just higher powered than what it needed to be, Like if I took that 112 combo and replaced that speaker,
What would it sound like?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
because I don't know how much of that overdrive sound and like grittiness and grimy is from the speaker, or how much is actually from the amp, or
I
power
bet you it's
section.
quite a bit cleaner than we think.
I think it is too.
I'd like to try one out. If you all have tried out a Silvertone amp, let us know kind of your experience because we're interested in one.
It's a gas. I got a
awesome.
gas for the 112, not the twin 12,
Right.
but that 112 combo.
Yeah, awesome.